Welcome back, my fellow duplicants, to Oxygen Not Included. Today we are finishing the space scanner system here, which will allow us to research the star map and go out there and start blasting off this rocket and all of that good stuff. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually just building up a tile. This is made of obsidian. That way, this little shovel here will not find his way on top, hopefully, and end up building up a lot of regolith right here, which might eventually cause it to have contact with the solar panel and cause it to fail because of temperature. Another thing I need to do in this area is a place to store power, because we're going to be getting a decent amount of energy out of these solar panels. We need to store it up, but we also need to redirect that up into the doors and into the telescope and space scanner, which means we need a fair amount of storage up here. Now, when I go to build up a system like this at the top of my base, I tend to just give it its own battery bank. Hey, just want to let you know that I've been working hard on my little sweepy coasters here. I've got about 30 of them just about ready to ship, so keep an eye out for that. It's also been a really interesting learning experience of how do you price things, how do you make them, how do I ship them, and maybe how much money I might possibly make. I'm going to be making a small series on that on my other channel called Watch It Print. If that sounds interesting to you, then keep an eye out for it. I'm currently on the last stage of how do I sell it, box it, and ship it. But that's all I got for you today, so back to the colony. All right, so I have 12 doors on top, and then I have essentially what is 3 more down below, because the space scanner and the telescope, those are both 120 watts. So in total, everything up here is 1,800 watts, which means all of this can just run off of one single conductive wire. So really all the power that I'm going to be storing here will just go into batteries, and all the batteries will then discharge to run this equipment. It can mostly just be a closed cycle thing so long as I have enough storage. So the real question here is, how much power do I need in order to operate these doors without adding any more power into the thing? Because while these doors are closed, you can see that we're not going to get any light onto our solar panels. Well, if we take a look at the wiki here, we can see that the door takes 44 seconds to open and 39 seconds to close. So that's a total of 83 seconds to operate. So when you take that and you multiply it by how many doors we have 12 doors, then you multiply that by the amount of watts it takes. You can see here that it takes about 120 kilojoules in order to open and close those doors. So when we divide that by the smart batteries, you can see that it takes a total of 6 batteries just to power those doors for one operation. So how many batteries do we need? Well, we need at least 6. But if we need to open the doors and close the doors and then operate that again after the sun has gone down, like right now when we're not generating any power, well, then we need another 6 batteries worth of storage. So that brings us up to a total of 12. And if you add in 2 space scanners here, which we pretty much, I think, only actually use power when it's detecting something, let's not worry about that. Let's just try to make that space scanner powered for an entire cycle. So realistically, if we want this thing to be bulletproof, we're going to need to build about 16 smart batteries in order for it to operate. The thing is, I could make these out of jumbo batteries if I needed to build them in less space, because I could do that. The only thing is we're going to get a little bit more power leak, so you'd have to factor that in as well. So just to keep things kind of efficient, I'm going to try to build a lot of smart batteries. Now, if I do it up in space, I can kind of use this regolith and the stuff that I might be shipping out of space in order to cool it down. Or I can just put it down on my base and keep it cool all by itself. Either way, it's ultimately just going to be a giant block of batteries. Alright, so here's what I have going on over here. I have all of these batteries. These are all made of steel, and they're going to be in this box where we're going to fill it with steam, and we're going to keep everything in check here with this nice little steam turbine. Essentially, 2 rows of these batteries here are going to be dedicated to the space stuff up top. And that's all it's going to do. And then what I can have down here, or in some other spots, is where I can kind of use transformers and whatnot if I want to redirect some of that stuff towards the rockets and whatnot, because that also takes a lot of power. So I'll need to run a bunch of cables. This kind of gives me a mid spot in between kind of my main power storage right down here, and kind of lets me level it up or whatnot in order to run the rockets. And with this design, I can actually go ahead and add more batteries up here if I really wanted to, or I could just do all transformers. Oh no, more salt water. Oh no, it's dripping down. It's right there. Stop. So the real question is, do I want to have transformers or more batteries up there? probably a mix. A good mix would be nice. Oh yeah, dig all that out. Wires, wires, more wires. Ho ho ho! We're going all the way down here now. Alright, alright. Just following the wires where they naturally want to go. The natural flow of electrons is leading me. Might be losing it just a little bit here. But there we go. Alright. Ha! I don't think I've ever built such a long wire path. Okay, so essentially what I got going on up here is 2 lines. This one is powering all the doors and space scanner and stuff, and that's all it's doing. And the other one here is taking all the solar panels and actually delivering that power into my battery bank. So all of that comes in down here, and we store up until we are full. And once we're full, then I'll use the automation signal to activate a different transformer here. So if this stuff is full, we can go ahead and offload the extra energy and use it inside of the rest of my base. Of course, to build a lot of this, we're going to need to dig all of that out. So have at it, dupes. Bring me the power. In case you're wondering, all of this is priority level 9. Yes. Alrighty. Looks like the soda fountain's doing really good. I always see Thalric in here just like soaking down as much of that fountain as possible. Delicious. You know, I noticed something. This was made out of steel. That's unacceptable. Clearly it needs to be made out of lead. You know, I mean, for a little while there I didn't know if the jet suits would be the right idea, but you know what? I feel like they are the right idea. Just makes building things out here just a whole lot easier. Don't really always have to worry about the ladders. But having a nice mix seems to make things nice and efficient. Alright, let's speed it up. Say goodbye to the frames. Uh-oh. We got 2 Chaos Nomads in here. You have somehow found your way into my base twice, man. Squirm, welcome to the base. You have taken over Chaos's second body. Thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter, and welcome to the base. What I was working on a little bit there is I was kind of messing with the schedule, trying to get some more dupes in the morning, try to get some more dupes at night, that sort of thing. You know, so not everybody's on this schedule here. Alright, so we're making some good progress over here. Got some transformers going in, got all our wires. Pretty soon we'll have the water hooked up, which means I'll have my cooling loop figured out. Then I'll kind of be able to seal everything off and then open up this tile right here where I have about 200 kilograms of salt water, bring that down, and as we pour in the power, we should build up the heat, and then this will kind of keep it in check. Neato. Alright, let's see what we have going on over here on the modded side. Ooh, we've just about completed this thing. Not quite yet, though. Let's see here, what's that running at now? 800 grams per second of polluted water. Not bad. Got a little ways to go, though. My dupes have caught up with the critters down here, which is awesome. For a little while there, they were getting out of hand. But nope, we're doing that. It does take a lot of dupe time to run this butcher station, though, so I don't know if it's completely worth it. It is kind of the different way of doing it, though, so that's kind of why I'm doing the whole modded versus non-modded thing, just so you can see it. Not everything's more efficient. What do we have for food over here? Oh, yeah, we got a lot of food. Nice. Good to see that. And you can see the auto sweeper's doing its thing. From this to there, there to there. Oh, yeah. You know what I should do here for the shipping rail is rather than ship my water this way, I should actually just go ahead and ship the water right over here. That way, I have water on hand and I can automatically supply it. Aha. Although I guess I'm not really going to have a lot of water over there, am I? For the most part, that's going to be polluted water. So what I really need to ship out of here is clay. So maybe all instead of liquid. And there we go. Alright, one thing I have yet to do over here on the modded side is to actually ship out this stuff, right? Because we're still working on that little piece of tech right there. Oh my gosh, where did all the pips come from? So many pips. Alright, so I've got everything over here. Now let me just go ahead and prime the loop real quick. Alright, that's all primed up. Deconstruct one of the liquid pipes, get all that out of there, and then we'll be set. Alright, so there we go. Cooling loop is figured out. It's doing its thing. And I believe it's all powered up. Yes. So I can go ahead and seal up our steam turbine. Matter of fact, I think just about all the cables are built at this point. So I'm pretty close to being done here. I'm figuring out the automation up here. Let's see here. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, maybe this? Squirm! Hey, there you go. Alright, so pretty much we have just about everything up here built. So that's looking real good. I don't have glass manufacturing going, so I'm not able to build up the solar panels. That is one thing that I kind of forgot about. I mean, technically, I guess I could just go ahead and deconstruct these and then, I don't know, rebuild them. That would at least give me some glass. I don't know, how much glass does each one of those? It's 100 each. And how much do we need for one of those? 200 each. That might be enough to get up and running. Ice Fox is down here just digging away endlessly, trying to get through all of this stuff. He's made some good progress, but I still feel like he's the only one that actually goes down there and does any work. Good job, Ice Fox. Keep it up. It's nice to see that we have all this oxygen over here. That's real good. We're bottling up all of that stuff. That is also really nice. We need some serious amount of sweeping going on down there. And as far as my glass forge, I think I'll just kind of rebuild it in one of this spots right here. So if I go in and deconstruct some ladders, I should be able to go to the station. Yeah, I should be able to go right over here, find the glass forge, make it out of beautiful ceramic, and also make all the pipes out of ceramic, because I should have enough of that now. And then add to the absolute chaos, which is the pipe spaghetti, which means glass will come out right down here, which is right where it was last time. So that's all good. And then we run an automation wire up here, past that, and there we go. Ha! What else was I working on? Dupes, you haven't finished this. Dupes. Why is it all unreachable, unbuildable? Oh no. No oxygen. Where has all my oxygen gone? I see a little bit of it flowing, but why don't I have more? Plenty of water. Maximum gas pressure. Oh gosh, we've got too much hydrogen. Well, I guess I need to get rid of some of that hydrogen. It is starting to get a little warm down here. Maybe we'll just go ahead and start using that thing. Dig it up, dupes. You don't need to breathe. Gosh. And boom, just like that. The anti-entropy thermal nullifier is up and running, deleting 80,000 DTUs per second. So that'll suck in some heat. And it'll also kind of clear out a good amount of this hydrogen, hopefully. Probably not enough, but why aren't you running more? Oh no, because you're flooded. Oh, and that's because I never put a liquid bridge over here. Ah, okay. Technology, I tell you what. Alright, so long as everything down here starts working again, there we go, the water's now flowing out, flowing down over here. Good. Then this hydrogen generator should be the first thing to run. That is once I finish pumping all this water out. And that's going to take a little while, because it's got to run through all of here, which got to run through all there, which runs through all there, which runs out down here. Yeah, you know, I mean, this thing's real simple. There's not much going on there. Meanwhile, I'm so close. So close. Good thing I caught this before it flooded over. That could have been quite a mess. Oh, you know what? This thing's going to get so cold down here that it's going to liquefy my carbon dioxide, which is good because, oh my gosh, I got like 2 kilograms of it. It's starting to take over a little bit, which it should be good. Then once I clear this out, the hydrogen generator should run more, and this stuff should run less, meaning less carbon dioxide. But I'll be honest, most of it's coming out of this carbon dioxide vent, which just never seems to relent. Like every time I look over here, it is still pushing out more carbon dioxide. Lorda, could you analyze that for me? It's kind of impressive that I'm able to work on something that actually puts out carbon dioxide at 500 degrees Celsius, but my dupes don't even get crispy on it. Like, look at that. Perfect temps. What's happened over here? There we go. Now we're getting a little crispy. That's probably not a good spot to sleep, Lorda. Alright. Now, how active is this next dormancy? 8 cycles. Ha. Alright, Ice Fox. There you go, bud. All of that. Look at this wild looking map. So many little things on the screen. All of it waiting on this. Right here. Come on, pipes. Flow. Flow like you mean it. Oh no, everybody's now having issues. Alright, so there we go. Finally got all that water cleared out, which means the hydrogen generator should now start to run. There we go, just like that. And I'm actually going to make that one run a little bit sooner than everything else, so that way we keep using that hydrogen. Which means we can keep getting more oxygen, because we consume that. Yeah, see, there we go. You know, one thing I could do here, since I have just so much hydrogen at this point, is I could just set this up to run whenever I have more than enough hydrogen. That way I don't end up with too much hydrogen and end up jamming everything up. I could just kind of burn off the extra. You know what, and if I overproduce energy, so what? I'll probably be overproducing a lot of energy because once I get the solar panels up there, I'm going to have more power than I'll need, and I'll just end up kind of overproducing it. Anyhow, how are the temps doing down here? Ooh, this thing's doing all right. Still hovering right around 10 degrees Celsius, so got a little ways to go before we're liquefying carbon dioxide. That happens at negative 48 degrees Celsius. Actually, a little bit lower than that. I think it'd be like negative 53, because you have to go beyond the point by about 5 degrees. All right, so I think everything inside of here is set, so that's good. Next stop should be adding power, and then eventually, once this stuff gets hot enough, it'll convert a lot of this water into steam, and that's where the steam turbine will kick in. Although I doubt it will run very much at all. Next up is going to be building the solar panels and all that stuff, which means once I get oxygen up here again, then we'll be able to run out there and do that. Currently, still trying to clear out enough of the hydrogen to make that happen. But the pressure's starting to go down, so we'll get there soon. So hopefully by forcing the hydrogen on quite a bit more, also end up with less carbon dioxide down here. That vent is kicking out a lot. Stop, dude, go dormant. I do have a fair amount of oxygen, but man, do I have a lot of carbon dioxide. I mean, let's just get a larger view of how much carbon dioxide I have. That's 2 kilograms. All of this. Over 2 kilograms. And then in this one spot right here, 10,000 kilograms. I mean, you know, not too long ago, these little oxyferns, they weren't doing much because they just didn't have any carbon dioxide around. Well, now they've got a lot to do. Finally got past this spot, which means the next spot for my oxygen to fill everything up is the stuff that goes out into the farms. That's obviously a little bit more important. So I want to make sure I have all of those full. And then we get out into space again. All right, so I might as well just go ahead and work on the transit tube system a little bit more. Let's go ahead and jump through the wall over here. Boop. There we go. This seems like a good spot for a transit tube portal because it's right down here. Very popular spot for a lot of my dupes to come and go. Another spot might be right down here. That way, because you can always get into the Atmo suits. And if I can figure out how to run my wires up to this guy up here, which is 900 watts, then yeah, I'll do that one too. I mean, who knows? Maybe there isn't enough load on this and I could just do that and it won't explode. That would be kind of shocking, but I'll give it a try. There we go. Transit tube access point is now available. Who's gonna give it a try? Squirm, you're the very first one. I can't click on you, bud. Let's get a follow cam. We'll slow it down. All the way up. And onto the ladder. Wow, that was an impressive move. All right, so what I want my dupes to be able to do is actually just kind of kick out here, there, and everywhere. That way they can get to where they need to go quickly. So let's add a few more junctions and let her rip. Ooh, this looks like a great spot to have a lot of dupes come down right here. Oh goody, we have enough oxygen now. That's starting to run back up into space. Beautiful, we'll be able to get out of there and I can start to look up here. Aha. All right, dupes, now build that, please. Oh, you know what? If you want the dupes to come out here, then just do that. Zoom. Easy on the trip. I was worried that I was about to lose my park. But nope, we're still good. All right, let's take a look at space here. What do we got going on? Nothing. Nothing, dupes. Come on. Oh, I think we got our very first solar panel about ready to start up. There we go. One solar panel down. Oh, those doors are so slow. Man, so many dupes are using the transit tube system. This is awesome. All right, look at them go. Where are you going? Stars heading up and up and up and up and up. Bam! You get kicked out right over there. And then you need to build up a little bit more. Awesome. Hey, that's doing good. I'm building a little transit tube system so that we can get up to space quickly. And then, oh, we got a solar panel doing some powerful stuff. So now the power is now coming down here, going through a transformer. And that transformer is actually flowing into my base. So what I need to do is hook that up and do the same sort of thing here so I can switch between the two. To make this nice and easy, what I do, I think, is just do this number. Just put a NOT gate here. So when you run on one, then you do that. When you're not running on that one, you run on the other one. Cool. So I'll set this sensor to tell me when it's 99%. Hey, there we go. Got the totally tubular achievement. Let's see here. Did we actually reduce the amount of travel time by using transit tubes? You can see that the things were going up and up and up and up and up and up. And you know what? I think it did go down. How about that? It looks like we cut roughly 800 seconds out of our travel time. So not a huge amount. We still got a little bit of work to do there, but. All right, so while I'm waiting for the solar panels to be built, one of the things I'm doing over here on the left is actually just clearing out this area. I really want to dig up some of this bleach stone. It's really useful. I need to fertilize my water weeds here, so if I can store that up right here, then it's really good. I actually am going to set this to a priority level of 9, so, well, priority level of 8 at least. Make sure that we definitely store up as much of it as we can nearby. Very, very handy. And as you can imagine, all of this is draining down into the giant pool that is down here. Okay, I got my glass forge running over here. That is storing up all of my glass, which happens to be all the way down here, actually. But if we start to look all the way up here, ooh, I do have 4 solar panels. That might be enough to charge my batteries up, so long as there aren't a bunch of meteor showers. Right now, I kind of have the whole thing disabled, because I don't know what's going to happen. Do it. Let's go for it. Takes a long time for these doors to open. There is a way for me to actually charge them if I were to bridge a wire down here. So that would be this wire right here. There's a consequence to doing this, and I think that's because would cause me to overdraw my power grid, not to mention put a massive strain on everything else. But I'm going to give it a try here, and let's see what happens. So technically, if I do that, and I do this number, then it all finds its way back into the doors. I don't expect you to follow my wiring. At this point, my wiring has really taken on a life of its own. It's very organic. Don't look too close at it, please. But hopefully, I can charge up some batteries with some solar panels here. Which would be awesome, because then I could show you how the automation thingamajigs work up here. Come on, doors. Ugh. Without power, these things are forever slow. There we go. Space scanners are powered up. Technically, they can't see a lot because they're kind of blocked at the moment. And the only reason they're blocked is because somehow a wire was destroyed here. That should be connected. Dupes, please. Please. Come on, Toxic Fairy. You can do it. Construct. No! Lurda will save us. Oh, she's even sparkling. Look at her go. She's so happy to finally get this thing up and running. Come on, Lurda. Come on, Lurda, you got this. A little bit more. No, Lurda! Lurda, one more! One more, Lurda! Come back, please! Ah! Alright, Ada's got it. There we go. That means the solar panels are now solaring, which means the batteries are charging up. Okay, there we go. A lot of power there. We will get rid of the bridge. We will get rid of these power wires. Could that even do that? I don't know. I don't see anything breaking from overcurrent, so what that means is I should have enough power that if we were to, detect something, we could flick that, and now the doors will close. And then when the meteors start to come in, we'll start to hit things and whatnot. That'll happen. And then we flick this, and we open the doors back up. But what I have going on over here is kind of an automation signal. So this is waiting for those doors to open up. And after it waits, it's going to give us a little bit of a timer here where our output signal here will cycle these doors open and close. So just like right now, the stuff should fall down, then the doors open and close for a little while. And then they remain open just like that, which allows us to have the sunlight come in. Ha! Perfect. Beautiful. I love it. So, solar panels. That means we've got power flowing in on one of these wires. Yes, this one right here. Power's running in. And then depending on what we're doing with the automation signal, I think we're currently running it into the batteries, which are not full yet. Once those go full, then yes, we are now piping energy into these batteries down here. And they're fluctuating all over the place, but there they go. Now they're full. Yeah. Yeah, it's working. And then from my base right down here, this wire technically comes in here and then can be split out into many different things to provide me with some decent current that I can use to then power up things like the gantry and the doors and all that fun stuff above this so we can launch a rocket. And possibly even more significant than a lot of that is that we can finally analyze a destination. Because yes, we've got a full thing of oxygen running up in there. Nice. Just like that. Lerda is enjoying. Oh yeah, there we go. Perfect. And okay, well, we've already figured out that destination. Might as well analyze the other one as well. One of the mods I don't have enabled, kind of just would let you select all of those. That would be kind of nice. Allow you to run through it pretty quick, but whatever. Because when you actually look at the star map here, there's a lot of things to look at. So each one of these solar panels here is doing 380 watts. Now it kind of depends on how much is exposed. So this one here isn't doing quite as much, but this one, yeah, boom, 380, 380, 380. Nice. This one will get up to 380. So you don't need like the full lux on the thing, but yeah. Yeah, we're doing good. Lerda, you want to head back up there? And look at that, we've passed over 10 million calories. Ooh, look at that food. 3 million barbecue, 1.4 million meat, a lot of meal ice that we probably don't need, pepper bread over 1 million, lettuce nearly. Wow, that's a lot of food. It's making me hungry. I don't think I've ever had 10 million food in my base before. I'm gonna have to make like food conveyors just for cooling purposes or something. And who's starving? How is this possible? Squirm! Squirm! Get to that food. Well, let's recap here real quick. This was quite the episode. We've got this massive battery tank thing going on over here, which should temperature control itself via a steam turbine. Hopefully. It might not work. But we also got a transit tube system down here that's starting to kind of do its thing. Carbon dioxide has slowly started taking over my base, but I'm not sure if it's actually going down. Anyhow, a lot of carbon dioxide, maybe too much carbon dioxide, but more importantly, we're scanning space and we're set up to kind of take in a little bit of solar power and do all sorts of great stuff with that. Awesome. And then on the modded side, we do have our tank over here for the polluted water vent doing its thing, extracting all of its water. Beautiful. And there's some other things like massive digging and construction projects that have been happening over here as well. At any rate, though, that's all I got time for today. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed this little episode here of Oxygen Not Included. Stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out.